One day I had this dream, and in my dream, I saw this a certain woman of God uh, talking, and she looked at me and told me, "Let go of your high standards." And I honestly immediately knew what she was talking about. I knew that she meant the high standards that I have been trying to set up when it comes to dating. And when I woke up, I was like, God, what is this now? Don't you want me to have high standards? I mean, God, I just started healing from having the bar too low, and I'm working on setting the bar so high. I mean, I've started making bold prayers about not having the bar low again, and now you're telling me to let go of the high standards. I mean, come on, come on. And I came across a certain verse later in the day from First Corinthians 1:7 to 31, and the verses talk about how God chooses the foolish things of the world to shame the wise, how God chooses the weak things of the world to shame the strong, how God chooses what the world considers lowly and despised to bring him glory. And those verses remind us that true wisdom, true strength, and true identity come not from the world, but from Christ. And I felt God telling me to focus on godly standards because high standards come from a place of carnality. Godly standards come from being spirit led. And I mean, think about it. What really defines a high standard? Or rather, who really defines what a high standard should look like? For me, I think high standards is like, this is what I want in a relationship. But godly standards is, what does God want for me and for my partner? And I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you do away with the high standards. High standards are not wrong at all. They are necessary for emotional and mental well-being. I mean, it is high standards are they're important also, but they can sometimes come from a place of being more self-driven than being spirit-led. Godly relationship standards are countercultural. They require us to reject worldly wisdom and lean into the foolishness of the cross, where love looks like sacrifice, honor, purity, and kingdom purpose. And in doing so, we don't just find a partner, we reflect who Christ is. And in a world that celebrates preference over purpose, may we be a generation that chooses God's wisdom over worldly attraction. I pray that we become a generation that chooses God's wisdom over worldly attraction, and not just seeking the kind of love that feels good, the kind of love that people meet your high standards, but the kind of love that glorifies God. Amen.